Raw, real, and just a little dangerous. This is Feral.
I cannot believe it. We are entering hour 6.5, and what a crazy, beautiful day it has been. Now, when I was concocting the idea for this festival, I told all my favorite people that they could talk about literally whatever they want. And Stephanie was the first, although not surprising in any way, to be like, cool, can I not talk about what I don't want to talk about? And I said, sure, babe. What do you not want to talk about? And she said bookkeeping.
I'm a bookkeeper, by the way.
Exactamundo. So as such, 100% that's totally true. Stephanie is not only a bookkeeper, Stephanie is my bookkeeper and has been since we believe 2018, 19?
I think 19. Yep.
So it's been like a small child.
A hot minute.
Why am I talking to my bookkeeper, who I love, who I flip and adore, and who is a damn good bookkeeper, but why am I talking about branding with my bookkeeper? Well, because once upon a time, little Stephanie Cleary, 2019, was I married then? Yes. Little Annie P. Ruggles, 2019, were quirky, neurodivergent girls pretending to have boring, plain vanilla, and yet somehow enticing businesses. And it kind of worked. And so when Stephanie and I met, Stephanie was running with Stephanie Cleary Bookkeeping Agency. Yes. And I believe at that time I was the idea doula, Stephanie. Yeah?
Yes, you were.
And the idea doula was my idea of a safe and cutesy brand. And when I think about Stephanie and I and our relationship and our friendship and everything we've been through, in the context of rewilding, Stephanie has had the most stunning, fabulous brand transition of anyone I know. And so what started with Stephanie Cleary has evolved into the current iteration, Witches and Weirdos Bookkeeping, which not only is it the most effective brand that Stephanie's ever had, Stephanie is now taking on employees and has a team and is building out a whole agency under the Witches and Weirdos brand. So spoiler about what we're talking today, but that's why I'm talking to my bookkeeper, not about bookkeeping, but about branding, because we need to have a conversation about letting that freak flag fly, not just because it's fun, but because it's magnetic and in some cases necessary. So Stephanie, thank you for being here. How in the hell did you go from with Stephanie to now? Like, how would you, when you were designing the With Stephanie Cleary brand, what were you aiming at? Do you remember?
Oh God, I needed a website and I needed a name and I didn't have any, like, I don't think I was going for anything. Like I had already had a couple of clients and I'm like, I need something. And I had basically nothing. I had nothing I had nothing.
Many of us have stumbled ass backwards into our brand and been like, oh.
Yeah.
It's like Regina George and Mean Girls. Is butter a car? But like, but at the same point, I have a logo and I have a website and I'm a bookkeeper. So I guess that's good enough to be my brand, right?
Yeah. Like, oh, I went on Unsplash and found some pictures for my website, like that I vaguely liked. I don't know. So yeah.
And you had there was nothing wrong with it. It was very clean. It was very professional. It was very safe, and you had it for several years. How did that go, and how did it change?
I mean, it went fine. Like you said, like there was nothing bad. It wasn't broken by any stretch. My business was growing slowly, and with Stephanie Cleary morphed into the Confident CFO, and that was like a rebrand. Like I did I paid someone to help me think about the brand and like who I'm going after and like what all of the things. And it was fine. It was lovely. I was actually for next session for the like, oh, hey, old brand. I was looking at the old like brand. I'm like, this is actually a legit, like really nice brand. So are we allowed to swear on this? I forget.
Oh, heck yeah.
Okay. I'm like, who the fuck is this person?
Right? Come on now.
This,
come on.
So yeah, then I went back to with Stephanie Cleary because I didn't like the Confident CFO. And then it was Witches and Weirdos. And Witches and Weirdos even had like a kind of interim vibe. And now I'm here where I am now. But it's, I've been Witches and Weirdos for, oh my God, I think it's longer than I thought, like 3 years maybe.
I think it's a while. I
2
think
years,
it's
2 or
a
3 years.
while.
Yeah, probably 3 years.
But with that was Stephanie Cleary. Confident CFO was your first attempt at a brand. You're like, I'm gonna build a brand and it's gonna be unique to me, kind of. How did that process happen?
That's a good question. I wanted an actual brand that wasn't me and like not my name. I honestly don't remember how I came up. The Confident CFO actually started off as a like do your own bookkeeping course. Like that's what I was going to call it. And it just never went anywhere. But I was like, but I kind of like that of like, hey, once you get your bookkeeping, then you can be your own Confident CFO. Like with the stuff I can help you be all of the things. And I knew that I wanted to try to attract a little bit more higher revenue clients. So it was like kind of a little bit more of like a glitzy, not even glitzy, but like high end.
And I mean, that happens so often. We rebrand when we want a new client type. And so often we're going for a higher client type. And so we're like, you know what we should do? Rose gold and cursive.
I didn't go that. I went like Art Deco 1920s.
I know you did. I know.
But yes, I know what you mean. So that's where that came from. And that lasted maybe like 2 years. I feel like every 2 years it's been like a thing.
My business card is literally a time lapse of all of my different brands because you can set your clock by me rebranding. Hello. Feral is how many brands? It's not even a whole brand yet. And I'm like, ooh, maybe Feral's the thing. Stop it. But yeah, like I have a time lapse of all of the different names of my company because it changes all the freaking time. But like Stephanie, sometimes I would name it like a really clever thing that I thought was really clear, like the Confident CFO. Like, oh, I don't mean that I'm going to be your CFO. I mean, I'm going to teach you how to be your own CFO. And then people are like, oh, you're not a CFO for hire?
Right.
Oh, you're not a corporate CFO? Oh, you're not a recruiting agency for CFOs? And you're like, dang. I thought this was freaking obvious. And so sometimes we try to do with what's clear and clever, and we swing too far into the wrong kind of clear.
Yeah.
And, you know, because most of the time clear outranks clever, but then we get a situation like Witches and Weirdos where you're like, that begs a follow-up question.
It does.
Know what I mean? Like with Stephanie Cleary, what is with Stephanie Cleary? It's a bookkeeping agency. Okay. With whom? With Stephanie Cleary. It's in the name, right? Or then like the Confident CFO, once you explain, no, it's you becoming your own. Okay, cool. I kind of get it. I sort of get it. I'm not entirely sure where I fit in the car, where you fit in the car, whatever. But like it's CFO. Okay, it's money related. Wait, but it's bookkeeping courses. Okay, so again, it's clear, but is it clear? But is it not? And then Stephanie's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to dye my hair pink and I'm going to out myself as like a romance writer, romance reader, neurodivergent super queen. And I'm just going to like get a bunch of, you can't see both of them, but she has multiple. Are they ravens or crows back there? My weird one.
I call them crows. Some days I call them, they're crow sized.
Well, they're crow sized. They're crow sized ravens. When Stephanie was first leaning into her brand and seeing how far she could get with it, it was like, Annie, I think I'm going to explore this idea of really going out there and being Witches and Weirdos. And she was right. At the first iteration of Witches and Weirdos, she dipped the toe. Like she put like some witchy kind of textury clip art on the website and maybe put some like spelly shit on Instagram, maybe, right? And then she liked it. Hey, Mikey, she liked it. She dabbled a little more. Next time she shows up on one of my Monday calls, the office is dark blue. Her hair is bright pink, and the whole office is full of raven-sized crows and crow-sized ravens. I mean, so what finally gave you the bold, brave permission? I wish it was me. I know it wasn't me, but like, what got you to be like, you know what? I've done the safe, reliable brand. I've done the non-brand. I've done the confusing when trying to be clear brand. What I'm going to do, I've even done the clever brand half delivered, but what I'm going to do is balls to the wall. How did you even make that decision? What was that process like?
I would say part of it was just I got bored. I got so
Boredom is a
bored.
powerful business driver.
Yeah, I was like, I am so bored and I'm like, no. And like with the Witches and Weirdos thing, part of it was like, I need to let myself swing over here. Like I was over here. I'm like, there was a very short-lived version of the website that was like dark green and like it was pretty fucking witchy. And I was like, it's good, but then like I kind of settled back over here, which is my current brand, which I've had for probably like 18 months now, like the actual like design and the colors of the website and stuff like that. So it was like finding that middle ground of not even middle ground, but like the ground that I felt comfortable in. Cause like when it was all the way over here, I'm like, that still feels like it's not like I'm not actually that witchy. Like
It's masking.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of masking.
It was masking in the other direction. So where I am now is much more, I'm like, I have crows and I have pink hair and I read romance novels and I'm queer, but also, you know, I fucking love me a spreadsheet. Like I love me a spreadsheet. And now it's this like kind of more.
Happy Pride Month, everyone. Queers can love spreadsheets too. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. Yeah. So yeah, like I think it really was just like whittling away at what didn't feel right.
Yeah. Ooh, I love that. I love that, whittling away at what didn't feel right, because that just creates more space for what does. So I know one of the concerns once you did take the big plunge was, am I going to be taken seriously? And I asked Deanna Seymour that question tomorrow in Have Fun, Make Pals, Make Money, or whatever I call that session. I ask, how do you take yourself seriously without taking yourself so seriously? Similarly for you, I know that there was a very real, very monetary, very actual left brain logical concern about when you freak flagged, would people not know what to take of it? Would people not know what to make of it? Would people not know what to say? Right. And so what has the response been like? And yeah, first question, what has the response been like?
People love my company. Like it's like you said, it's an immediate conversation starter of, hi, I run a bookkeeping company called Witches and Weirdos. People are like, I'm sorry, like record scratch? Like, what? Like, okay. So people's reaction is interest and tell me more. And I feel like it's such like cliche advice, but it's cliche for a reason. Like the people that it resonates with, they're like, oh yes. Like, yes. I want that. I'm not going to talk to anybody else like you. I need throw the credit card through the screen to the bookkeeper and like, yes, please. And it also, again, cliche, like it filters out the people that are going to be like, the fuck is this girl doing?
Yeah.
Like, no, thank you. I want my bookkeeper to have a bow tie and a green shield and like short sleeve shirts and pocket protectors, or like, you know, like short sleeve dress office.
If you showed up on any call in that outfit, I would report you to the FBI. I mean, like Special Agent Mulder. Like I would send Mulder after you and be like, my bookkeeper has been body snatched. Like, what has happened? But what about the rejection aspect of it? Because I know a lot of people are really scared about that. And we can say all day, which is very, very true, that you had this lovely warm reception, which is true, which is also true. How has the negative side of that been? Have you had a lot of experiences of people being like, that's disgusting, how I can't refer that? Like, have the bad dreams come true, and has it mattered?
I honestly cannot think of a single bad thing that anyone has ever said to me about it. Oh wait, no, I take that back.
There's always one.
You will not be surprised that it was like a 60-year-old white dude who was like, so do you think you're a witch? I'm like,
yes,
next, you know.
Yes, I ate a frog today and now
Right.
you're gonna die.
Right, exactly. Yeah. But I think it really does just self-select, like, and it's not like I'm the only bookkeeper on the block. Like if people land on my website, like immediately they're going to be like, this chick is not for me.
Right.
And they just don't even bother reaching out.
But that's differentiation in a crowded market, right? That's exactly what Wendy White was talking about. Standing out by standing against something, and standing for something is how you get through it. You stand against boring ass, plain Jane bookkeeping, and also the bookkeeper relationship that you offer is very different than the traditional bookkeeping relationship when people want that. It's not
Yes.
required, but if and when people want that, whether it be financial advising or, book swaps with me, then great. But one of the other things that I think is so interesting is that I cannot say that for this exact reason and this exact reason only, your business is blowing up now more than ever before and you are at capacity. I cannot credit that whole thing to you rebranding as Witches and Weirdos. There's a million tipping point factors in that. But do you agree that you owning this space, owning this side of yourself, and standing firmly in this freak flag brand is part of the reason why you might be seeing such runaway success where before you didn't?
Oh, definitely. Because like I've had people specifically say to me, like on initial consultation calls, they're like, I wanted to talk to you because my neurodivergent friend told me about you and like you're awesome and you don't shame people when they forget to get back to you or they're 5 minutes or 10 minutes late for a meeting because they forgot they had a meeting. It's like come for the bookkeeping, stay for the neurodivergent friendliness kind of thing. So yeah, like it just kind of built its own reputation kind of thing that I'm not gonna say had nothing to do with, but like it just it becomes like this thing. But yes, absolutely.
But I feel like it's such a good example of all the things that we've been talking about today. It's easy to refer because it's top of mind, but you're also backing up novelty with value, right? You're not calling it Witches and Weirdos Bookkeeping and then you're only selling one spreadsheet and it's broken. Right? Like, anyway, Jen put it in the comment and I agree. Come for the bookkeeping, stay for the neurodivergent friendliness, I think is the new tagline of Witches and Weirdos Bookkeeping. And if that delights and excites you, too bad she's full up. And I am her worst client. You cannot have that role. Oh, look, I made her spit take on my own show. And she knows it. She knows. Similarly, one thing that I think that's so funny is once you started to stand in this lane, other weird witchy opportunities started to find you. So you started making weirder witchier friends. You started getting weirder witchier clients. You and I wound up starting a networking group together, literally just called Weirdo Club.
Yep.
Like, and we did that because it was a magnet for your brand, and all it is a social club for weird business owners. Literally, that's the value prop, and it's donation based, and it serves as a lovely referral feeder because Stephanie has created a place where your own individual flavor is welcome. Come for the bookkeeping, stay for the neurodivergent friendliness. So that's what I want to implore all of you.
Yeah.
Stephanie, if people are out there and they want to figure out how do I show up as more of me rather than trying to shapeshift me into my brand, how do I bring more of my truth into the brand? Or how do I show up as a personal brand differently? Or how do I lead my company in a newer, more authentic direction? Or how do I let that freak flag fly? When any of those things are true, what do you say to the people out there watching who are like, wow, I want to do what she did?
Say, get yourself a really good group of biz besties that you can be like, fuck, oh my God, this is terrible. I hate it. Remind me why I'm doing this again. Like, this is way too much. Everyone's going to hate me, blah, 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 blah. And they will all like pet you and be like, it's okay. It's okay. Like, you're sweeping, like, you're fine, like, because that's a lot of it is just the, like, having I don't want to say confidence, but the lack of negativeness around. Like, you don't have to be super confident. Like, you just gotta like bring it up to,
reinforcement that the negative isn't just you too, right? Yeah. Like that's part of the reason why we just had the whole last session about like I'm afraid of the economy is I'm like I can't be the only person. But if I don't have a safe place to be like I'm a little freaked out right now, then I'm gonna go on having a sunshiny brand and I'm gonna have a conference called Growth instead of a festival called Feral.
Yeah. Right? And I would also say, like, one thing I really actually enjoyed the whole like pendulum swing of like, okay, how far in this other direction can I take this? Like, if I didn't give a shit, if I just wanted to go whole hog and just like full on balls to the wall. Like, I didn't even put the really weirdest version of my witchy website up on Squarespace. Like I did like, like a screen mock-up thing, and I was like,
Uh-huh.
oh, this feels good. Like this fit. And then I was like, okay, but am I comfortable doing that? Okay, no, let's knock it back a few pegs, and then and then you know, like you got to let yourself go too far
Yes.
to figure out where you actually want to be. That's I say that for a lot of different things too, like not just branding. Like you gotta go too far to figure out where the actual edge of the cliff is. Like you gotta fall off the cliff first.
My college mentor, one of my favorite quotes of all time, if not my favorite quote of all time, said, it's better to be an asshole than a chicken shit. And he doesn't mean go out and be an asshole. He means make big choices.
Yes.
And what he meant specifically was in terms of acting and in terms of auditions and standing out in crowded auditions. Like if you go in and they're seeing 95 leggy blondes and you are leggy blonde number 94, you better go in as an asshole and get yourself remembered by making a choice. Right?
Yeah.
Because if you go in and you go, oh, I'm leggy blonde number 94, why am I even here? Or, oh, I'm just leggy blonde number 94, you're going to make the same choices that you had the leggy blonde before you made, and you're not going to get the part. Right? And so what I'm hearing from you is asshole chicken shit, as I say over and over. And again, theme of the day, we're not saying being a jerk. We're not saying abuse other people. We're not saying get yours by stomping on the heads of others, but we are saying let it be. Let yourself breathe. Let it evolve. Try something new and see how it lands. Make a choice. For Stephanie, the gateway was finally living out a lifelong dream of re-dyeing her hair pink.
Legit. And
I mean, it doesn't always have to be physical, but like I based a whole brand on glasses I found once that cost $12. And I was like, these are freaking great, right? Like it's what is true of you and how that truth of you works as a beacon for other people. Again, the point of the freak flag is to show other people that their own freakishness is safe for you.
Yes.
Right? It's what I told Stephanie a while ago. Our neighbors, kitty corner down the street a little bit, our house, I guess, exudes such like fun, queer, dork energy that our neighbors down the street wrote us a note and it just said like, hey, do you want to be friends?
I love it.
And it's because we have like a baby Yoda in the front window and a Rohan flag and like dumb plaques, and our beat to crap car says like I met Bigfoot and he gave me a kiss. Like our house is very dorky, but it shows if you are not the norm and you need a friend, maybe check here.
Yeah.
And what you've done with your brand is say, if money is uncomfortable for you and you want a safe place to discuss it, if money is a glorious thing for you and you want a better place to manifest it, and if you want a damn good bookkeeper with a side of neurodivergent friendliness,
come on down. Yeah.
Come on down.
Yep.
Any final thoughts for people who want to get out there in the way that you have, my dearest?
In the best way possible. No one is thinking about, this is like a Schitt's Creek thing. Like no one is watching you as much as you think they're watching you. So just do the fucking thing. Like just do it. Just do it. Like just do it.
And then when people are watching the thing, they get to have fun with what they're watching.
Yes. So yeah. Just make yourself, like the entire thing with mine was just like, I'm like, I just want to make my own self happy with my brand. I'm like, I'm designing this brand entirely around what I want. None of this ideal client crap. Like, nope, this is the brand that I want to make. This is the brand that I want to build. And that's what I did.
And Erin just used the exact word it is. It becomes a magnet.
Yes.
When you show up in that energy, you become a magnet. And just like we talked about, a magnet's going to repel the ones who are like, what are these crazy, loud, funky neuros doing over here? And for the right people, it's going to be, where have you been all my life?
Exactly.
So, Stephanie, I'm so glad I don't have to say where have you been all my life, because not only are you my bookkeeper, you have become one of my absolute best friends on this planet over the last, we think, 6 years. So thank you for being on this road with me and for telling me straight up, having boundaries and using them and being like, Annie, I am not talking about bookkeeping. Good for you, bookkeeper.
Yes.
You have multitudes. You contain multitudes. I love having you here. Everybody, let's get those freak flags flying.
Raw, real, and just a little dangerous. This is Feral.